the daughter they called second choice. Melissa Carter was 35 years old, and for almost her entire life her parents only had one daughter in their eyes. Her older sister Rebecca Carter was the golden child, the successful surgeon everyone praised at family dinners, church events, and country club parties in Dallas, Texas. Every introduction sounded exactly the same. "This is our daughter Dr. Rebecca Carter, one of the best surgeons in Texas." Then after the smiles and pride faded, they would point toward Melissa and casually say, "And this is Melissa. She works with animals. Not their other daughter. Not a veterinarian. Just Melissa. The second choice." Melissa owned a small veterinary clinic in Austin called Green Valley Animal Care. She worked long hours helping families who could not afford expensive emergency hospitals. She loved her work, but no matter how successful she became, her parents acted as if her career meant nothing compared to Rebecca's medical degree. At family dinners her mother would proudly talk for 20 minutes about Rebecca saving lives in surgery, then turn toward Melissa and ask, "How's the pet business going?" Melissa would smile quietly every single time, even though those words hurt more than anyone realized. Growing up, Melissa learned to stop asking questions. She stopped asking why Rebecca got everything while she received leftovers. Rebecca got a luxury car at 16 while Melissa drove an old used sedan. Rebecca's college graduation party had hundreds of guests while Melissa's graduation dinner only had a few relatives. Their parents paid every dollar for Rebecca's education, apartment, vacations, and lifestyle while Melissa worked night shifts and took massive student loans to survive veterinary school. Still, Melissa never complained because she believed maybe one day her parents would finally see her value. What Melissa did not know was that her grandmother, Eleanor Carter, had secretly created a trust fund for her when she turned 18. Eleanor loved Melissa deeply because she saw how differently the family treated her. The account held $300,000 meant for Melissa's future, her clinic, and her dreams. But Eleanor made one mistake. She trusted Melissa's parents to temporarily manage the account until Melissa turned 21. Years passed. Rebecca finished college, then medical school, then residency, all without debt. Melissa struggled through veterinary school alone, drowning in student loans and exhaustion. Whenever she asked her parents for help, they always told her the trust fund needed more time to grow. Melissa believed them because she wanted to trust her family. Meanwhile, her parents were secretly draining every dollar from her account to pay for Rebecca's education. They forged Melissa's signatures, filed fake authorizations, and convinced themselves it was acceptable because Rebecca was the child with the bigger future. By the time Melissa turned 30, the trust fund that should have been worth nearly $1 million had almost nothing left inside it. The truth remained hidden for years until Eleanor accidentally discovered the fraud during a financial review meeting. She sat in complete silence as the advisor explained that hundreds of thousands of dollars had been withdrawn using forged signatures connected directly to Rebecca's tuition, rent, and expenses. Eleanor immediately understood what had happened. The granddaughter they ignored had been funding the life of the granddaughter they worshipped. That discovery broke her heart. Instead of confronting them immediately, Eleanor quietly hired investigators and attorneys. For 6 years she collected evidence. Bank statements, emails, forged documents. Every lie. Every stolen dollar. She was battling cancer during those years, but she refused to stop because she wanted Melissa to finally know the truth. Before Eleanor passed away in late 2025, she changed her entire will. She left almost her entire estate to Melissa along with a handwritten letter explaining everything. She instructed her lawyer to gather the family together after her death and read the letter aloud in front of everyone. On January 20, 2026, the Carter family sat inside a law office overlooking downtown Dallas believing they were there for a normal inheritance meeting. Rebecca assumed the estate would be divided equally. Melissa expected nothing at all. Then the lawyer announced that Eleanor had left everything to Melissa. The room exploded with shock. Melissa's mother began crying while her father immediately called his attorney. But the real destruction started when the lawyer opened Eleanor's handwritten letter. The letter exposed every forged signature, every stolen withdrawal, every email where Melissa's parents discussed using her money for Rebecca because she was the daughter who mattered more. Rebecca sat frozen in horror as she realized her entire education had been secretly funded with Melissa's future. Melissa's parents tried threatening lawsuits, but Eleanor's investigation was too detailed. Criminal charges for fraud and forgery were still possible. Faced with prison and public humiliation, Melissa's parents finally agreed to repay over $1 million in restitution. They liquidated retirement accounts, refinanced their home, and destroyed their financial future trying to cover their crimes. But even after paying everything back, they still could not say the words Melissa needed most. "We are sorry." Melissa walked away from them forever. She kept her grandmother's home, expanded her veterinary clinics, and started a scholarship fund for students who were treated like second choices inside their own families. Rebecca eventually tried rebuilding her relationship with Melissa because she truly never knew where the money came from. Their relationship remained awkward and painful, but at least now it was built on honesty instead of lies. Melissa finally realized something important. The money mattered, but the greatest gift her grandmother left her was proof. Proof that someone saw her pain. Proof that someone believed she deserved better. Proof that she was never truly invisible. Moral lesson: parents who compare children destroy families with their own hands. Favoritism may look small in the beginning, but over time it creates wounds deeper than people realize. Every child deserves equal love, equal respect, and equal support no matter what career or path they choose in life. Sometimes the quiet child who asks for nothing is carrying the most pain. And sometimes the people treated like second choice become the strongest ones in the end. If you discovered your family secretly stole your future to support someone else, would you forgive them or walk away forever?